and welcome to today's podcast. Our topic today is going to be an epic one. Which literary character teaches human beings how to be, well, better human beings? We have been discussing the idea of humanism in literature, the concept that reading literature makes you a better person. And out of all of the books we have read this semester, which character deserves the title of the ultimate humanist? Which character, through their faults and strengths, can teach others what it means to be a good person? This is a very complex topic, and of course, opinions are going to vary. But I have one very particular character in mind for my choice. This character has the innocence of a child and a wonder of the world around them. This character also has to learn some pretty harsh truths about life, but through their own suffering, they teach others. Can you guess which character I'm talking about? I'm talking about the character of Lenny Small from the novel of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. You may be surprised. After all, while Lenny could be considered one of the main protagonists of the novel, along with George Milton, he is also a form of an antagonist that does a few terrible things. So how does Lenny teach others how to be a better human being? There are 3 reasons. First, his childlike simplicity and innocence teaches others to enjoy the simple things in life. All throughout the novel, Lenny is focused on one thing, the idyllic home he and George are going to create. While much of humanity focuses on materialistic things and riches, all Lenny wants to do is live on a small farm with George and his rabbits. His simple desires are a poignant reminder to truly value what's important: companionship, independence, and simple happiness. His enthusiasm for this dream helps George keep his own optimism alive. Second, his unwavering friendship with and loyalty to George not only teaches George what it means to be a good friend, but the reader also. When George is talking to Slim about how he and Lenny become friends, he recounts the moment where, in an act of maliciousness and aggravation, he tells Lenny to jump in a river, knowing he couldn't swim. George is struck by the fact that Lenny wasn't even mad at him, and he talks to Slim about what it means to him that he's not alone. He tells Slim, "I seen the guys that go around on ranches alone. After a long time, they get mean." George is able to see what he would become without Lenny's friendship. Someone who is mean just for the fun of it. Lenny keeps him from that fate. Third, the novel's ending and his part in it shows a tragic truth. Hard choices need to be made, and no matter how good your intentions are, there are going to be times when you mess up. Lenny's character is one that is full of contradictions. He is gentle, yet strong, sweet, but capable of violence. This dichotomy is the very definition of humanity itself. We are full of contradictions. And perhaps the saddest contradiction of all is that we are capable of great things, but terrible things too. Lenny's actions are a cautionary tale to those who have the best of intentions. Even the best laid plans can end up ruined if you are not careful. John Steinbeck uses Lenny to bring fruition to the title, which is a quote from a poem by Robert Burns which states, "The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry." Lenny Small is a tragic but powerful figure in literature. If we take his story back to the concept of humanism, through his life and, unfortunately, his death as well, we learn some pretty powerful lessons about friendship, life, and mistakes. Through reading Lenny's story, I have become a better human being. And perhaps, because his story ends in tragedy, it is seared more powerfully into my mind and my heart. Thank you for joining me today for this podcast. I hope I gave you something to think about as you are reading your next book. This is Amber Youngman, signing off.